October 2025. Hello, good morning, and thank you very much for joining the conversation today on Vision Africa Radio 104.1 FM Omahia. Nigerians once again are groaning and reacting to the tariff yesterday made public by the President of Nigeria in petroleum products imported into the country as and these could have adverse effect on the prices of premium motor spirit and other products in the country. Petroleum marketers across Nigeria have warned that the pump price of premium motor spirit, popularly known as petrol, could exceed 1,000 naira per litre following President Bola Tinubu's approval of a 15% ad valorem import tariff on fuel import into the country. The new policy, which takes effect after a 30-day transition period, expected to end on the 21st November 2025, is part of the government's strategy to protect local refiners and reduce the influx of cheaper imported products that threatens Nigeria's domestic refining investment. However, the 15% tariff imposed by the government of Nigeria has received a negative reaction from some quarters in the country, and some experts blaming the presidency of exploiting Nigeria with excess taxation in the system in the current administration of Ahmed Bola Tinubu's government. With the galloping inflation in place in the country, with products and services the prices of products and services really holding Nigerians on their jugular, and the 15% tariff being imposed on imported products into the country, with price of premium motor spirit almost could rise to 1,000 and above. What's the government's plan for the citizens of the country? These are some questions being raised by bystanders as well as Nigerians this morning after the development made public yesterday by the presidency in the country. Decisive day in the country. It was formally yesterday. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu yesterday decorated the service chiefs with new ranks in Nigeria just after being cleared by the Senate days ago, giving them an order to flush out terrorists and other non-state actors in all zones of the country. It is time to defeat the enemies, clear them out. Nigerians need results, not excuses. These were the words of the President of Nigeria yesterday during the ceremony where he decorated the service chiefs in Nigeria, urging them to flush out terrorists as well as bandits from all the zones in Nigeria. The President yesterday also gave them tips on how they could effortlessly achieve the task. He said be preemptive, innovative, and courageous. He challenged them to ensure that security becomes an history. Insecurity becomes an history in Nigeria in no time, with the assumption of duty of the new service chiefs in Nigeria. The expectations of Nigerians are very high at the moment, but with some of them, most Nigerians also not really taking into consideration the latest move by the President of Nigeria. They think that this could also be a political gimmick by the government, and we just hoping that that wouldn't be the situation as we watch out to see the effectiveness of the current service chiefs in Nigeria in terms of their reaction to the insecurity in the north, in the central, and in the eastern region of Nigeria. Major talking point on the radio this morning, starting with the latest tariff slammed in the petroleum sector by the President of Nigeria. Petrol could cost as much as 1,000 naira per liter and above. And we're just asking a question. Not really having a real situation in the country. A very strong situation Nigerians are facing because of the economic situation occasioned by so many factors in the reforms undertaken by Ahmed Bola Tinubu's government. A stern warning by the President of Nigeria to the service chiefs being decorated yesterday. Resolved or resignation. Two major statements made by the President. Resolved or resignation. Is the President fight on insurgency, insecurity, Nigeria genuine, or main political gimmick? These are some of the questions on the big issue this morning on Vision Africa Radio. My name is Victor Bassett. Thank you for joining me. Feel free to join the conversation where the phone line is officially open 0806-588-5418 or 0814-603-9228. Welcome to the Good morning to you. Fine. It is the last day in the month of October, so I'm very excited that, of course, we made it. Great. Please, what's your name? Go ahead. Are you there? Yeah, I think we have to let you go. So sorry, call me back if you can. Good morning. What's your name and location, please? Yeah, don't say thank you very much for joining me. You can't hear me?
I can't hear the caller.
Eh?
The caller.
Eh?
The caller. The person calling.
Don Casey, are you there?
That's what we are crying for, that reform of electoral system. Because we can be able to get someone that we have desire, that we have the passion, that we have the love, the interest of the masses. They form the system of the electoral system. That's where we can remove the people. They are not for us. Thank you. Have a nice
That's a thought. Thank you very much. We appreciate your voice on the show and your submission on these two major stories on the big issues this morning. Good morning to you.
Good morning.
Nice. What's your name and location?
Pastor Victor, good morning and God bless.
God bless you too. You're welcome.
We thank God that we are exist up to today in this country called Nigeria. I'm Pastor Igwe. I'm calling from Okigwe. What I want to say, this government, they don't want to listen to people's cries. They are not interested. I want to take us back. What happened in the Bible when the Jewish people captured James to kill, and they killed James, and the church was silent. When they captured Peter to kill, the church waked up. What am I saying? Let the Christians, not churchgoers, not pastors, not the overseers, let Christians come together and pray and agree in one thing. God, our God is not there. If we start kind of from every day, these governments are not interested. They want us to die, and that is their yeah. Let me tell you again that what is that happened 19, I don't know the name. One Abiola, when he saw the sheep that is bringing us Bible, and the Christians came together and prayed, what happened? Let me tell us, there is God. When we call our God will move.
You're right.
That is what I want to say. And let this government not be, allow my people to go. They say no. Herod, one day it will happen.
Thank you very much. But then again, you look at the reason why the government of Nigeria is implementing the 15% import duty on petrol and diesel imported into the country. Now, what is the decision? The Nigerian government approved a 15% ad valorem import tariff on imported petrol and diesel calculated on the cost, insurance and freight value of each shipment to the country. The approval is dated 24th of October 2025 and addressed to both the Federal Inland Revenue Service and the Nigerian Midstream and Downstream Petroleum Regulatory Authority. The government described the tariff as part of a market-responsive import tariff framework intended more as a corrective measure than purely a revenue-raising tool. Implementation will begin immediately with a 30-day transition period for cargoes already in transit into the country. Now, what the government says the goals are, these are the goals of these tariffs as outlined by the federal government of Nigeria. Number one, to protect local refining capacity. Nigeria is trying to reduce reliance on imported fuel and strengthen domestic refining in the country. Dangote Refinery and Port Harcourt Refinery and some other refineries in the country. The tariff is meant to help local refineries compete with imported fuel that might be cheaper than the fuel right here in the country. Also, to stabilize the downstream petroleum market in the country by aligning import costs with domestic realities, the foreign exchange, freight, cost of local production, and the government hopes that these will definitely sustain the market, petroleum market in Nigeria. And also, the supports energy security. Less dependence on import means more control over supply and less vulnerability to global price transport disruptions in Nigeria. It seems like a laudable move by the government in the country, but what it means in concrete terms is exactly why Nigerians are reacting maybe negatively to this development. The government projects the tariff will add about 99.72 per litre to the landed cost of imported petrol. And as much as these the products keep coming to the country, it means that the price of PMS will definitely skyrocket in the country. With the current economic situation, is it a good move, or otherwise price for Nigerians. Good morning to you.
Good morning, Victor.
Thank you for joining me. What's your name? I'm fine.
It's Adam.
Elder, you might have to call us back if you can, so we can hear your thoughts on these 15% tariffs, and of course the new service chiefs yesterday being 806-588-5418. Those are the numbers to join the conversation on the program this morning. Meanwhile, the estimate is that the pump price over PMS in Lagos will still be around 964.72 per litre after the tariff, which is claimed to be below some regional averages, that remains a significant number for many people in Nigeria. But for importers, higher cost burden some commentary suggests that importers may reduce volumes or withdraw if margin gets too high, too tight for them. For domestic refiners, it gives them a better competitive position since imported fuel becomes relatively more expensive for people to go for it, but only if the local refineries can actually supply reliably in Nigeria. Good morning and thank you for joining the big issues. What's your name and location? You're welcome.
Do you really think that this redemption tax will not increase hardship? That it will go by the refinery. How many refineries do we are functional apart from time? It's so frustrating that 2-3 years after subsidy we come out of one functional refinery, and you are now increasing tax. Of course, federal government, if they want to be sincere, they should show that in the fact Nigeria, with all these politicized oil industry, they are depending on importation of refined products. And tomorrow they have deregulated the sector. Tomorrow, this marketers will tell us that they are importing on a very high cost. And eventually, the burden of all these things will fall back to the people. It is not distributed in hash. Why not fix our refineries? Who is best thing? You say it is petrol subsidy that is our problem, and you have succeeded in doing that. Why not fix the refinery before increasing its tax? So that this product will be flooded everywhere. Petrol, refined petrol is supposed to be like water in Nigeria. If we can do the needful, we have the resources. How much have we borrowed? How much have we borrowed? How much have we saved according to LG? We have saved enough. What is so difficult in using the same fund to fix our local refinery? Even if you can't fix the 3, 6, 2 or 1, let it be producing at full capacity to sustain Nigeria. To sustain what we have locally. Nobody would have been bothered about whatever concerning import duty. We are not concerned because we have it locally. It is now there for the marketers who want to go outside to do whatever they are doing. But this politicized sector, they will keep doing all the more we look, the less we see. Just what will happen within these states. I'm talking about their states the end of the day because they have deregulated the sector. Before you close this program, go and visit some police stations and see what will be happening there. That is what we are talking about. These are refineries. To have more money. Instead of giving it to governors that you claim that they are not being held accountable with them, use it to fix our refineries and stop giving it to governors. Thank you and have a nice day.
And thank you very much. Meanwhile, the 2023 presidential candidate under the Social Democratic Party is also accusing the president of Nigeria. Said President Tinubu might soon impose oxygen tax if Nigerians are not careful. Good morning. I think you have to call me back. That's if you can't, so we can get your position on these stories as presented this morning. Like I said, the 2023 presidential candidate of the Social Democratic Party, Prince Adewale Adebayo, has criticized President Bola Tinubu's approval of a 15% import duty on refined petroleum products, describing it as an exploitation and anti-people policy. Hello, good morning.
Hello?
Hello, good morning. You live on radio.
Yeah, good morning, Peter Bass. Yeah, you want to okay, then.
Thank you for joining me. Please go ahead.
All right, yes, I have listened to the big issues you raised pertaining to the tariff implements.
Yeah.
You see, actually, speaking from the point of view of economics, there is nothing necessarily wrong with tariffing, but then the percentage is too high. That's number one. Then number two is that the refineries, the local refineries should be protected. Every country does that, but it is the implementation that is the problem. That's number two. Then finally, you see, our local refineries, especially the government-funded local refineries in Port Harcourt, in Benin, or elsewhere, you see, they were sabotaged.
Right.
And then they said, it can longer work. We have to have that fact in our mind. They were sabotaged. And if what I can name them, those who sabotaged the local refineries, they destroyed it. When they were fighting against Abacha. But meanwhile, Abacha is in the accord in Abuja. Abacha even told them that you want to remove me, come to Abacha and remove me. So stop destroying the critical infrastructure of the country.
Yes.
They destroyed it. And I'm talking about Frank Coco, we are his men. Saying that they're men. They destroyed it willfully. Willfully. Without any reason whatsoever. In fact, let me give an example. The former Archbishop of Lagos, Anthony Okogie, saying that, yes, Anthony Okogie. Yes, that time, when we were destroying the infrastructure in the country, he warned them, in fact, he said, let me quote him, that the people destroying this thing, they have their own fuel dump, kerosene dump in their compound, because when the army invaded their compound, the army saw that they had fuel dump, but it was massive. They suffered the massive, but they had fuel and kerosene dumps in their compounds. I've spoken who mentioned this, because he got information that he mentioned it. And up till now, no person has denied it. You see, and again, after all these things, he then came back and gave the award, the national award for those who destroyed the country's critical infrastructure. No country anywhere in the world does that. But having said this, I am now suggest to the local businessmen, please go now and establish
to scale up.
Yes?
Yes.
They should not go now and establish the local refineries, so that we can have enough fuel being refined in the country.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you for your time. I think you've seen the light or emanating from this development, because, I mean, the major criticism coming from a good number of economic experts, as well as those that has been following the development in the petroleum sector for more than a decade now. Stakeholders and experts are warning that this decision could worsen inflation and increase hardship for ordinary Nigerians, especially given already high cost of living. If local refineries in Nigeria fail to scale up and replace imports reliably, there is a high risk of fuel scarcity or supply disruptions in Nigeria. Now, some see this as a favoring large domestic players, for big refineries and, of course, small refineries in the country. But the bigger ones are the most favored in this development, like Dangote Refinery in Lagos State, Nigeria. The burden of increased costs of these imports may fall disproportionately on consumers, especially the low-income households on list mitigated in Nigeria. What this means, like I said earlier on, if you are a consumer in Nigeria, expect potential upward adjustment in fuel price, which may translate into higher costs for transportation, goods, electricity, or if you rely on generators as well. If you are in importation trading, your cost structure will also change. Importing fuel becomes more expensive, so margins may shrink, or you may need to adjust sale price as well. What a time! Good or bad? Let's get to hear from you. 08146039228 or 08065885418. Good morning to you. Good morning, thank you for joining the big issues. What's your name and location?
Mr. Bakri, good morning.
Good morning to you.
God bless you. My name is James Giovanna from Umugo. Umugo is in Iguano. They call me Onyeze. Then the correcting new army officers can never bring a change to Nigeria unless God intervention. Because they have assumed elements to take over Nigeria. Then that left the president to change the program to do. Closing door for evil can never prevent evil to come in. God bless you.
Thank you very much. Reacting or not, is the inauguration and decoration of the service chiefs in Nigeria, where the president of Nigeria, Ahmed Bola Tinubu, challenged him to get results and not excuses. Like he said, result or resignation. Let's hope that the momentum continues to restore peace to some critical areas in Nigeria that peace has left many years ago in the north central as well as some part of the eastern region of Nigeria. Bring it up from here. It is just 2 days left before the grand finale of the 2025 edition of Vision Africa music reality show, coming up exactly on Sunday at Jubilee Hall, Martha Day, Umuahia, Abia State, Nigeria. Make sure you plan it out to be available and enjoy yourself. Let's be thrilled by this contestant as an icon will then emerge exactly on Sunday. Stay with us, don't go anywhere. Good morning to you.
Uchenna, and I'm so excited to be one of the finalists at Vision Africa Icons Music Reality Show Season 12. The grand finale comes up on the 2nd of November 2025 on a beautiful Sunday, and the time is 12 p.m. The venue is Jubilee Hall, Mater Dei Cathedral, Azikiwe in Umuahia. I am inviting you.
We invite you to the grand finale happening live on Sunday, 2nd of November at Mater Dei Cathedral Jubilee House by 12 p.m. So come on, come on, and let's take the crown home. Thank you. God bless you. See you there.
Hello everyone. My name is Udofia Michelle Aidens, the finalist.
Howard Standard says the important talent is the talent to develop one's talent, and that's exactly what we do right here on Vision Africa Radio. We're officially inviting you to be part of the grand finale on Sunday at Mater Dei Jubilee Auditorium, where the grand finale will take place. And I can definitely meet and be part of these, be part of the history on Sunday. Folks, that's a wrap this morning on the big issues. Thank you very much for your thoughts and your comment on the stories as presented. It is the last day in the month of October, and yes, we made it. I'll be telling you Happy New Month when we see you again on Vision Africa Radio. My name is Victor Bassi, wishing you a fruitful and exciting and indeed quite an interesting weekend. Thank you for listening, and bye for now. Good morning.